here's your conservative, but not bitter host, Todd Huff.
You know, I see this poll in justthenews.com that's been conducted. Headline here says 7 out of 10 voters think that U.S. news media, the fake news media, for those of you that are Trump supporters and believe that the media is nothing but a bunch of deceptive professional deceivers. 7 out of 10 voters think the U.S. news media will be friendlier to Biden than it was to Trump. Well, no kidding. I want to know what the other 3 out of 10 are thinking. They think that the media is going to be tough on Biden? You got to be kidding me. You got to absolutely be kidding me. Anyway, welcome to the program. I am your host, Todd Huff. Email, as always, well, at least since we changed it, todd@toddhuffshow.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Todd Huff Show, other social media, Rumble, Gab, I think we're on now. We're trying to build the platforms, especially where conservatives connect. And you know what? Even if you're a leftist, I welcome you to connect with me. If you're a radical leftist that can't communicate to me without, I don't know, angrily spitting as you speak, it's probably not a good thing. It will just entertain me. But you're welcome to as well. Todd@toddhuffshow.com is the email address. Folks, I want to start here this morning. And maybe we should have Pedals in our office. Pedals, who helps us with social media and a lot of the stuff that surrounding the program that maybe you don't necessarily, well, you see what she does, but you don't know Pedals. But maybe Pedals needs to update something. Maybe a few months ago. She did an infographic, or what I think she would call an infographic, about the evolution of the mask. And I'm actually scrolling through here now to see. It's on Instagram. I know we've posted it there. Here it is. The evolution of the mask. There's now another phase of the mask. I want to read you what this infographic said. Back in, when did we post this? It looks like we posted this maybe in August. Yeah, I think it was August. Here we go. The evolution of the mask. And it's got a little dude on here that keeps putting on some more gear. And he's going to have to put on some more gear because of something Fauci's out there saying now. February 2020, U.S. Surgeon General says masks are not effective. March of 2020, CDC and the World Health Organization says don't wear masks. April 2020, World Health Organization says only wear a mask if you are taking care of a person with coronavirus. May of 2020, Dr. Fauci says, wears a mask in public as a symbol. Now we're looking at masks as a symbol of good behavior. June of 2020, CDC and WHO recommend general public to wear the mask. So now in June, we're told to wear the mask. July 2020, the CDC says cloth face coverings are one of the most powerful weapons to slow and stop the spread. August of 2020, I touched on this at the time. I remember saying this, sharing this with you. Fauci says wear goggles or an eye shield in addition to a mask. So that's the evolution of, and look, do not misunderstand me. I'm not telling you to wear a mask, to not wear a mask. I'm telling you that it's probably, we've seen the studies. We've seen the studies of masks that led up in the time leading up to COVID. There's always been studies on these things, and I've never seen a study that says that masks, when dealing with things like influenza, actually made any statistical difference. In fact, one of the studies showed that, I believe it was influenza, spread more frequently at a slightly higher rate when people wore masks because they did things like touch them more frequently and they got the germs on their hands and then spread things that way. I'm not saying, though, if you want to, I'm not telling, this is not meant to be an encouragement. This is not an anti-masks. That's not even what this is about. I'm simply saying what we've allowed, that's through August. Now, here we are in what, January, end of January 2020. I want you to hear this. Dr. Fauci. Oh, my gosh. I don't know when this, yesterday, I don't know. This is at the Post Millennial, which, by the way, several of the things I want to talk about today are found at the Post Millennial, postmillennial.com. It's a good website to find out information that you just simply won't probably find in a lot of places, in the mainstream media for sure. But now listen to what Fauci's telling Savannah Guthrie on the Today Show. So we've gone from a mask is largely symbolic, as Dr. Fauci said. We were told at the beginning, don't wear a mask. In fact, I seem to remember media even laughing at the notion of wearing a mask. Now, that's been, what, maybe 9 months or so ago. Don't wear a mask. You're going to make things worse. You're not trained how to put it on. You're not trained how to use it. People are now using T-shirts and, just other pieces of fabric to stop the virus. Reusing these masks and so forth, and touching them and hanging them in their cars and all this kind of stuff, right? Probably dropping them on the floor, putting them on. So we've gone through this process to where they chuckled at the idea of a mask to now you better wear a stinking mask. In fact, you'll find hashtags that say things like, I think they say wear the damn mask. Isn't that one? Wear your damn mask is what these things. These are movements around the country. And again, don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I'm just saying the government, when the government's in power and in control, and there's really look, at its core, government is force. It really is. Government is force. Now, there might be a phase where the government gives out guidelines, and we've kind of gone through those. Gone through that phase. The government gives guidelines. States and cities can then take those guidelines and either just continue to pass those on to their citizens, or they can, they can't, but they do things like what Gavin Newsom has done in the state of California, or what Mayor Garcetti has done in Los Angeles. Some very extreme measures taken to where you're not even allowed to go outside and walk your dog without a mask. In fact, you have people looking in your windows, counting how many guests you have for Thanksgiving. Are you wearing a mask during Thanksgiving? Are you putting the mask on between bites during Thanksgiving? Right? We've gone through this insane, crazy process to get where we are today. Now Dr. Fauci is upping the ante a bit here. Not only does he tell us that we need to wear a mask after telling us it was largely symbolic, not only is he telling us to wear a mask and maybe even goggles and gloves and a shield in addition to the mask, now he is telling us this in an interview with Savannah Guthrie yesterday. You're going to enjoy this.
A lot of folks are hearing now about double masking, wearing 2 masks or trying to get one of those N95 medical grade masks. Do you believe that that's advisable and makes a difference?
It likely does, because, this is a physical covering to prevent droplets and virus to get in. So if you have a physical covering with one layer, you put another layer on, it just makes common sense that it likely would be more effective. And that's the reason why you see people either double masking or doing a version of an N95.
A lot of folks.
There you go. Double masking. So if someone's listening to my voice this morning and is wondering, how can I, what's the next phase of virtue signaling? Well, here it is. If you want to be superior to those that you pass in the Walmart or at the Target or at your local grocery store, I know you don't, but if you have a friend or someone that you know who wants to feel morally superior and they say, what is the next thing I can do? How can I show society just how much I care about my neighbor, just how much I care about spreading, not spreading the virus unintentionally to them? What can I do? Well, you can double mask. You can mask up times 2. Mask up, is that, I don't know, maybe that's what this should be. In fact, I've thought of something else I wanted to say. My wife has told me this morning not to say that, so I won't say that. But I'm starting to think, first of all, did you notice his answer was not what we would call scientific? Did you see? It just makes common sense. It forms a physical barrier. So, yeah, it makes sense that it would stop more of the droplets, more of the virus. Yeah, it stands to reason. That's why we see people doing it, because it's more effective, we think. There's no study on this. Doesn't matter. The pro-science community doesn't care about that whenever it further, I guess, gives the government control over your life. They're cool with whatever the government says, because now it just makes common sense to wear two masks. So it got me to thinking, maybe we should have a movement for 2 seatbelts. Maybe we should have, and I don't want to give them any ideas. I don't want to tempt them. But if 1 mask is good and 2 is even better, think how many more lives we would save with two seatbelts. What about for all you bikers out there? Instead of 1 helmet, why don't we wear 2? I think that gives me quite the image to look at in my mind's eye as I think about that. But 2 helmets. What about 2 pairs of glasses? If you have bad, eyesight is bad, you've got a little bit of maybe an astigmatism or whatever, instead of going with 1 pair of glasses, why don't you wear 2? Because common sense would tell us that even works even better, probably twice as well. I mean, you can go on down the line here. 2. What about 2 presidents? What if we had mandatory dual citizenship? That may be a good place to start. What about 2 Super Bowl champions? 2 presidents? Maybe a team could have 2 starting quarterbacks. I mean, this just goes on and on and on. But now that's what they're saying. Wear 2 masks. They're not telling you that yet, but remember, and the reason I read the evolution of the mask is because don't be surprised if they tell you to wear 2 masks. In fact, they're probably going to tell you to wear 2 masks, and then we're going to find out that the people telling you to wear 2 masks own stock in companies that make masks. That's probably what we're going to find out here. But I just can't get over this. How? And there are people that take this seriously. Yeah, that makes sense. And you know what? The people that take this, and again, I'm not criticizing the mask, so take it easy if you're a pro-masker. I know some people that are good friends of mine, even some folks who are conservative that really believe in the mask. I'm not fine. That's not my point. But 2 of them, are we seriously going to talk about 2 of them? And this coming from the folks, the people that were nodding to that, saying, man, that makes sense. People going out this morning probably and buying double the load of masks that they would use in a given week or month. These are the same folks that when you tell them why we need some sort of a physical barrier along the border are totally confused. They're totally confused by this. They say walls don't work. People will find a way around the wall. And I'm thinking microscopic virus. It's like, I've heard someone use the analogy of a chain link fence and expecting that to stop the dust particles from blowing across one's yard. And that's, again, not saying I know that it stops the droplets and all this kind of stuff. I'm just pointing out how much the government or spokespeople for the government, people in the media as well, can get average people to think things that are really kind of crazy in my estimation. 2 masks is now what we're talking about, with a serious look on our faces. 2 masks. I can't take it. I have folks that are big mask believers, and again, I care for them greatly, and I respect it. I do. If they want me to wear it, I wear it. I don't even complain about it. I might complain about it to my wife sometimes. But I'm telling you this. If I start hearing 2 masks, let me just say to you, I'm just not going to be walking into your, we're not going to be doing that. There's not going to be 2 masks because we've really reached the point of utter insanity at that point. Anyway, I just wanted to share this. The government, but think about this, the things that the government can get us to believe in virtually a year now, it's been about a year, In fact, this was the time last year that when they were impeaching Trump and ignoring coronavirus, if you remember that, when Trump was issuing travel bans and so forth, and they were criticizing Trump for being xenophobic by stopping flights to China and that sort of thing. But they were ignoring it. Trump was trying to do something about it. In fact, Biden wasn't going to shut down travel to China until weeks, maybe even months later, from what I recall. Anyway, the things that they can get us to believe, just the average person to believe, they've convinced us that healthy people can make other people sick. And I get carrier, I understand, but they've convinced us this whole thing with the mask. Don't wear a mask. It's actually more detrimental. Now you have to wear a mask, and now you probably have to wear goggles and a shield and a second mask on top of that. It's going to look like a team of surgeons running around the fruited plain here in this nation. But the things they get us to believe without any proof, just because they say so. See, this to me is the biggest problem of this whole thing. It causes people to rely upon their government for things the government really doesn't know any better than they know, right? It causes people to turn to the government as some sort of a savior because of the information and the knowledge that government has. It has the experts. I can't tell you how many times the experts have been wrong. In fact, you can Google that. Just Google experts wrong. You'll find headlines about everything. Experts wrong about this, that, and the other. Experts were wrong that the world was going to end in the 1980s or whatever because of an ice age or whatever the case may be. 87 reasons Jesus was coming back in 1987. All this sort of stuff. People that are so-called experts are wrong consistently, but yet some folks put their entire lives in the hands of these, lovers of big government. They love people being forced to do what they say should be done. Anyway, timeout is in order. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the health care they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
I want to get one more season out of my furnace or air conditioner. Have you or someone you know ever made that statement? Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing has heard it a lot. Did you know that furnaces and air conditioners are most likely to break down when they're under stress? That means during the hottest and coldest months of the year, like those months quickly approaching us. With winter on the horizon, now is the time to replace that old rickety unit. With 0% financing for up to 72 months and up to $600 in instant rebates, now is the time to buy. Doing great work is Economy's priority, and the satisfaction of their customers is their number one goal, guaranteed. Make your home comfortable this winter. Contact Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today by calling 317-831-5279. Or visit them at economyheatingandair.com.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today, providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price. Our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create, on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
Welcome back. By the way, this program is brought to you in part to you by our friends at Northwestern Mutual Wealth Management, in particular Blake Hornsby office on the south side in Greenwood. To find out more about Blake and his team and how they might be able to help you, you can visit BlakeHornsby.com. That's HORNSBY.com, BlakeHornsby.com. So I want to play something else here. This is from an interview that Dr. Fauci had with 60 Minutes in March of 2020. Dr. Fauci comes on there to talk about COVID. Remember, this is 10 months ago now. This is almost approaching a year ago, where COVID was starting to upend the lives of Americans, and we made dramatic changes and shutdowns, and all this stuff began to happen, and almost the blink of an eye. It started with what the NBA and the NCAA and Major League, a lot of sports began to close things, and not too long after, businesses were shutting down and people were told to stay in their homes. And you know what we've gone through back in March. So Fauci's invited on to 60 Minutes, and he's asked about masks. Now, this is about a 90-second clip. And I want you to listen to this. And I want you to compare that with what I just played last segment. I want you to compare that with what we've been told here over the past few months. Masks save lives. Wear your damn mask. That sort of stuff. Again, I'm not anti-masker here. I'm just giving you information. I'm telling you, I don't know how people believe Dr. Fauci. I really don't. And I know that is almost a sacrilegious comment to some with how they hold Dr. Fauci on a pedestal and maybe even bow at the feet of Dr. Fauci in worship. But I don't know how you believe this guy. I really don't. He's either incredibly wrong on a lot of things or he's lied to us. Either way, it's not helpful to listen to what he said because he keeps changing it. And here is a perfect example of him on 60 Minutes.
There's a lot of confusion among people and misinformation surrounding face masks. Can you discuss that?
The masks are important for someone who's infected to prevent them from infecting someone else. Now, when you see people and look at the films in China and South Korea, whatever, everybody's wearing a mask. Right now in the United States, people should not be walking around with masks.
You're sure of it? Because people are listening really closely to this.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. when you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. And often there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
Of course. But when you think masks, you should think of healthcare providers needing them and people who are ill. The people who, when you look at the films of foreign countries and you see 85% of the people wearing masks, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not against it. If you want to do it, that's fine.
But it can lead to a shortage of masks.
Exactly.
Which
That's
we're
the
starting
point. It
to
could
see.
lead to a shortage of masks for the people who really need it.
Okay, now some people would say, well, see, Todd, there's a reason he's saying that. He's saying he doesn't want to lead to a shortage of masks. And he's also saying right now people in America shouldn't be wearing masks. Okay, I'll listen to that. But you know what? He also said when you're in the middle of an outbreak, when you're in the middle of an outbreak, he didn't say when you're at the beginning of an outbreak. He didn't say, when there is no outbreak. He said when you're in the middle of an outbreak, people might want to wear masks, but it's really, he blew it off as kind of a waste of your time and effort because it's not going to do anything. In fact, it might be detrimental to your health. Now he's telling us to wear 2 of them. Just stands to common sense to wear 2 masks. And I don't know, is there curiosity out there as to why this change? Is anyone interested in what makes someone make a 180-degree turn on this? I think at one point he told us because he was worried about Americans buying up the mask and it would keep healthcare workers from getting them. So he was lying to us back then. He's admitting to lying. If that's true, of course, that's the problem if you admitted to lying is that someone says, well, are you telling me the truth this time, right? When does this end? How do we know when we can believe you? So, look, I don't want to be taken out of context here. I don't want this to, if you wear a mask, this is not meant to criticize or anything, and that's fine. I've been on record as saying that. I'm not telling you not to. I'm not the guy that's going to make a scene if someone tells me to wear a mask. I think, you know what? It's not a major infringement upon my freedom to put this stupid thing on and walk in here for 20 minutes and walk out. Other people disagree with that. Fine. That's fine too. I'm just saying that what we're being told and how we're told to blindly follow these folks is a very big problem to me. If they can get us to really believe the opposite of things that we've believed or known to be true in the past, our whole lives practically, namely that sick people make people sick, not healthy people, it's kind of a frightening proposition to think about. The idea that they can get us to change some very fundamental beliefs in a very fast, very quick, very short time period. So that's my bigger issue here. If we're wrong, explain why we're wrong. Don't just say I lied. What is that? I lied about it? Okay, let me believe you next time. Don't just say, well, I was wrong. Okay, why were you wrong? What changed? Because you've been a doctor your whole life. Infectious disease is your area of expertise. And it wasn't like you just woke up and fell out of bed one day and jumped in front of a camera and made those comments I just played from 60 Minutes. That's based upon decades of study, decades of understanding, microbiology and viruses and epidemiology or whatever we got going on here. You studied these things. You know these things. And you spent your whole career, it led you to the point to say masks are symbolic, they largely don't work. And then just a few months later, you suddenly have some sort of an epiphany. I just want to know why. And I don't buy the whole notion that you were trying to save the healthcare worker from having a mask shortage. I don't know. It doesn't add up to me. Maybe it does. but I definitely have questions about it. Anyway, quick timeout is in order. When we get back, I want to shift gears here. For those of you that have been following, we're talking about really COVID again, but a different situation. Chicago Public Schools said that school was going to be open this week, and teachers union is basically refusing to participate in that, and I'm going to share with you what they've done. It's something that has entertained me thoroughly, and I want to pass it along to you and share it with you, but I've got to take a time out first. So sit tight. We'll do that when we get back. See you in a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less.
800-281-0266. 800-281-0266. That's 800-281-0266.
Problems in the bedroom? Not that kind. Bed bugs. At Integrated Pest Control, we make sure you never have to worry about any pests in your home or business again. We are the bed bug specialists with over 20 years of combined experience. Our promise is to keep your home or business completely pest-free for 90 days, or we will retreat the area absolutely free. Visit IntegratedPestControlLLC.com or call 317-349-0094 for your free bed bug inspection.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Family owned since 1973, Edwards Equipment at 1375 East Main Street in Danville is ready to meet your equipment needs by selling, renting, and servicing several makes and models of lightweight residential or heavy-duty commercial equipment. We carry and service top-name brands like Ferris, Kubota, Steel, Gravely, Honda Power, Land Pride, and more. Visit edwardstractor.com or call 317-745-6427 to check out our clearance specials today. At Edwards Equipment, we don't just sell you any piece of equipment, we sell you the right piece of equipment.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indie Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indie Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
Welcome back. Okay, so I shared with you before the break Oh my goodness! I tell you the things that people do. So this is also, I told you earlier, the Post Millennial is a place that today's show, it's going to sound like I work for the Post Millennial. There's 2 or 3 stories I want to talk about that I found at the Post Millennial, and it just happened to be the case. But folks, this is, I don't even know what to say to this. I just want to share this with you, because if you have if this has half the entertainment factor for you that it did for me, it's going to be worth watching this. So we'll have Pedals post this a little bit later today, or you can go to the website between now and when she gets this posted at thepostmillennial.com. Headline here says this: watch. Now, you can't watch when I play this. And I've thought a little bit about this. I'm going to play this anyway, because I'm going to explain to you what I'm watching in part, and I'm going to let you listen to there are lyrics in this. It says this: Chicago teachers perform. Let me pause here. One of my favorite shows to watch. I don't watch much television, but I like watching Impractical Jokers, and it's like 8th grade boy comedy. So think of me what you will with this, but these guys are hilarious to me. And if you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out, and you can either find it hilarious or think, what in the world's wrong with Todd? Either way is fine with me. But when I read this headline, it makes me think of something that they would ask one of the other jokers to do, maybe as one of their punishments, or they have their earpieces in and they say, do this, and you have to do it or you lose, sort of thing. But the headline, or they also play a game where they have to say fake names, like there's a room full of people and they're calling people back to participate in a focus group, and they have to say fake names. And if they laugh at the name, they lose or whatever. They get the person who laughs the most loses, or some such thing. Anyway, I can't read this without laughing, is why I thought of this. I'm going to try again. Chicago teachers perform interpretive dance about how they don't want to go back to work. And that is an accurate headline, because I've watched this thing, and I think you should. I think you should too. This is so stinking bizarre. I don't even know what to say about this. I really don't. So I'm playing this now. You can't see this. I see 2 women. Now there's a person on a bridge, like doing a yoga pose. I will survive without you. I mean, this is like, it looks like the tundra, the frozen tundra. She's doing a interpretive dance.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Now we got another scene here.
Safety is essential.
They're doing interpretive dance in the background here.
Keep our students and our teachers safe.
I don't know who they're trying to persuade here. Now I've got a camera that's got multiple views. I got the bridge dancer back here too. And look, I'm not against dance or different types of dance. What is this?
Versus
There's been a few times I've watched, so you think you can dance. I got people back here doing the tango. I don't know what they're doing back there. But this is I guess their response.
In this moment, be safe.
And this is so bizarre to me. I can't even explain to you what I'm witnessing here. You should check it out. But this passes. I guess this passes. This passes, I guess, as persuasion. I have no idea what this is supposed to accomplish. I do know. I know that's not true. I know what it's supposed to accomplish. I don't know what logical means of persuasion is supposed to get you from watching this video to believing, man, they're right. Schools should stay closed. Is it because the weird, creepy person in the background saying, be safe? What the world is this? Some person dancing on a bridge. It looks like, in the frozen tundra. I don't get this, but this is what they do. They've had time to do it, I guess, because they're not going into work. Although I did see two people dancing together. Going to presume they're from the same household, because otherwise they should have had their mask on. Actually, I didn't see a mask make it into the dance routine until about over halfway into it. Anyway, I'm going to Pedals will post this. Oz is sitting here. Pedals is going to do this later today. She'll post this, or you can go to thepostmillennial.com. And I got to tell you, I have been thoroughly entertained by this. And again, I'm not a fan of interpretive dance, but whatever. I'm not criticizing it. I'm criticizing this one because this is some weird stuff. And it's not, I don't even know how they expect it to have any legitimate impact to the average person. Now, I'm sure there's the elitist who will tell us how brilliant and profound this is. It's not, by the way. Anyway, I had to take a break. Oh, the things that government tries to get us to believe through some really, really crazy stuff. Or people who believe in the power of big government, as we see here with the Chicago Teachers Union. This is bizarre, wacky stuff, and I've got to take a break. You're listening to Conservative Not Better Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time. Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep. What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and trained products for both homes and businesses in Central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a train. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial grade service for your home.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, President of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
Welcome back. By the way, program brought to you in part by our friends at Indiana Geothermal. Indiana Geothermal. You know, you may be interested in looking at geothermal for heating or cooling your home. And these folks, I've known Chris and his team for a long time. They're kind of the experts here in central Indiana. So if you're interested in looking at a geothermal system, I encourage you to check out our friends at Indiana Geothermal. You can visit them at indianageothermal.com. That's indianageothermal.com. Be sure to tell them that Todd sent you. So, look, I want to stay on this COVID. We don't do themes on here, but again, today, these things to me lead to each other. One thing leads to another. They're all kind of in the same realm. Biden, this was last week, and I've had this every day since last week. I just haven't had the time to talk about it. In fact, I was going to lead one of the programs off by saying I found something that President Joe Biden and I agree on, and that is what he says in this particular soundbite.
The American Rescue Plan also addresses the growing housing crisis in America. Approximately 14 million Americans, 14 million, have fallen behind on rent, and many risk eviction. If we fail to act, there will be a wave of evictions and foreclosures in the coming months as this pandemic rages on, because there's nothing we can do to change the trajectory of the pandemic in the next several months.
Pause it. That's the part I agree with. Now, don't think I'm agreeing with what he's saying there or his plan or whatever. But he says there's nothing we can do to change the trajectory of this pandemic in the next several months. Now, keep in mind, they ran a campaign that largely hid in the basement, and they did. People say that's just what you say, Todd. You're making some sort of a dramatic point. No, he hid in the basement. And when he went out, they had people standing in circles, and they had people in their cars, and they would occasionally honk. Now, people think that those honks were because they were excited with what Biden said. I think the honking happened when people dozed off in their car and their head hit the horn. That's what I think. So that's what we had on the Biden campaign trail. He had 15 people here, 5 people there. I mean, literally, he had dozens of people. Trump had thousands. Biden had dozens. In fact, Trump had tens of thousands in some venues. Some of these venues had many people, like an NFL football, not today, NFL football game from 5 years ago. Right? That's the kind of numbers he was drawing, which was nothing. Anyway, but when he would go out, and when they would campaign, they would attack Trump on the handling of the coronavirus. In fact, he would say that basically President Trump's killing Americans, and he would blame Trump for whatever the number was, and CNN and MSNBC and whoever else would have a ticker at the bottom. How many people Trump killed with coronavirus? I mean, that's basically what they were telling us. Now he comes out, now that he's president, which, by the way, when is Biden going to cure? We're a week into this. I need to know when he's going to cure cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. I think those are very important things to do. And I would love to see him. That's a campaign promise I would love to see him fulfill. And I am dying to see him follow through on this, because this would be a good thing for all Americans. This would unite. If you want to unite Americans, President Biden, why don't you go ahead and tell us the magic cure for those things as you promised to do. But as it pertains to COVID, he and I agree on this. There's nothing that we can do. It's a microscopic virus We can do certain things to protect ourselves, but the idea that it's going to change the trajectory in the next couple of months is just simply not. It's not an accurate thing. So timeout is in order. Out of time here. Sit tight. Come back and wrap up. Be back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill a Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with zero body fillers, zero painting, and zero diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at zuluscape.com.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
I got a message through the website here. I can't read the whole thing, but I can say that one of you is asking some really good questions. Basically, what if we double up on the N95 masks? Is that an N190? I mean, doesn't common sense say that we should be wearing 3 masks? Where does this stop? This guy wants a Nobel Prize for this. Mark, I'm not sure we can arrange that unless you voted for Biden, then maybe we could do that. I'm not sure. But anyway, folks, we got some great listeners. I appreciate you. I appreciate hearing from you. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. SDGC tomorrow. Take care. As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $100 down, $200 down, back up, $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.